one thing that, kind of spooked me about it all was here's a song called Let's Go Crazy.
Yeah.
And it says, don't let the elevator bring us down. One time when I was with him privately, he said, you know what the elevator is, right?
No.
I said, no, what's the elevator? He said, well, the elevator is the devil.
It's been 7 hours, 13 days.
Phenomena of chemtrails. And, when I was a kid, I used to see these trails in the sky all the time. And say, oh, that's cool. A jet just went over. And then you started to see a whole bunch of them. And next thing you know, everybody in your neighborhood was fighting and arguing and you didn't know why. Okay, and you really didn't know why. I mean, everybody was fighting.
I heard that you have a vault of hundreds of unreleased songs. Are you ever going to release them and let us hear?
One day, someone will release them. I don't know that I'll get to release them.
Was Prince assassinated? Y'all, let me tell you something about Prince. The man was a straight-up legend, a genius. And let's be real, a whole mystery wrapped in purple. But just before he passed, he dropped a confession so wild, it's got folks everywhere shook. The music world ain't been the same since. Prince wasn't just about the music. He was out here spilling tea on the industry's darkest secrets, and they didn't like that. So what did he say just hours before his death? And how does it all connect to the devil, chemtrails, and all this shady industry mess? Stay tuned, because we're about to break it all down. All right, let's talk about the confession that's got everybody's jaw on the floor.
The one thing that, kind of spooked me about it all was here's a song called Let's Go Crazy.
Yeah.
And it says, don't let the elevator bring us down. One time when I was with him privately, he said, you know what the elevator is, right?
No.
I said, no, what's the elevator? He said, well, the elevator is the devil.
So there's this leaked tape where Prince straight up connects the elevator to the devil. He said, the elevator will bring you down. And you know what the elevator is, right? The devil. Creepy, right? But here's where it gets bone-chilling. Prince was found dead in the elevator at Paisley Park. Like, out of all places in that massive estate, it had to be the one spot he'd already labeled as sinister. Makes you wonder, was it just some twisted coincidence or something deeper? And then there's his last Instagram post. This man dropped a picture with the caption, "Just when you thought you were safe." That ain't no casual message, y'all. Fans everywhere are saying it felt like Prince knew something was coming. Like he could see the storm before it hit. Was it a premonition? A warning? Either way, it sent shivers down spines. So here's the real question. Did Prince sense he was in danger? Or was he just playing into his cryptic, mysterious nature like he always did? One thing's for sure, this ain't no regular story. Stick around, because we're peeling back the layers on the chilling events that led up to Prince's final moments. This ain't even the half of it.
It's been 7 hours, 13 days.
Let's get into the tea about Prince's health, because something just ain't adding up. This man was the poster child for clean living. Vegan, no booze, no drugs. Prince was so health conscious he made you feel guilty just eating a bag of chips. So how does someone with that kind of lifestyle end up dead from a fentanyl overdose? That's the contradiction that's got everybody scratching their heads. In the weeks before his death, the warning signs were everywhere. Canceled shows, an emergency landing where he was reportedly given anti-opiates, and whispers that something wasn't right. But here's the kicker. If all this was going on, where were the doctors? Why wasn't Prince being looked after properly? It's wild to think that someone with his level of fame and resources wasn't getting the medical care he clearly needed. And here's the real mindbender. Prince didn't even trust elevators, calling them the devil, yet somehow he ends up alone, in an elevator, with nobody around to help him. Makes you wonder, right? So how does someone as meticulous as Prince suddenly spiral like this? The deeper we dig, the more it feels like this ain't just about his health. It's about what Prince knew, and maybe what some folks didn't want him to share. Stay with me.
Guess that makes it alright. You said, what if I got to lose?
Prince wasn't just a musical genius. He was a straight-up warrior when it came to fighting for what was his. The man didn't just create music, he owned it, literally and spiritually. Or at least that's what he believed. But the industry? Oh, they had other plans. When Prince realized he didn't own his masters, he wasn't about to sit back and take it. That's when we saw him show up in public with "slave" written across his face, a bold move that screamed, "Y'all ain't gonna own me." He famously said, "I own my music because I created it. Why should someone else profit from my work?" And to back those words up, Prince made a power play. He started re-recording his entire catalog. His goal? To regain control over his art and stick it to Warner Brothers, the label he believed was exploiting him. But let's be real. Moves like that don't go unnoticed. Industry executives don't like rebels, especially ones as vocal and influential as Prince. Prince wasn't shy about exposing the industry's shady underbelly either. He called contracts what they were, modern-day chains, designed to keep artists dependent while the labels raked in the cash. Kanye West even echoed Prince's sentiments, tweeting, "They own your masters." It's modern-day slavery. The parallels between their fights are undeniable and chilling. So here's the million-dollar question. Did Prince's refusal to play nice with the industry put a target on his back? We know he was no stranger to controversy, but this battle for ownership might have been the ultimate line he crossed. And if you think that's wild, wait until you hear what else Prince was calling out. The story just keeps getting darker. Prince wasn't just dropping hits. He was dropping truth bombs too. One of his most eyebrow-raising moments came during an interview where he spoke about chemtrails, those streaks in the sky that some believe are loaded with chemicals to control populations.
The phenomena of chemtrails. And, you know, when I was a kid, I used to see these trails in the sky all the time. And so, oh, that's cool. A jet just went over. And then you started to see a whole bunch of them. And the next thing you know, everybody in your neighborhood was fighting and arguing and you didn't know why. Okay, and you really didn't know why. I mean, everybody was fighting.
Prince claimed he saw these trails as a kid, and not long after, his neighborhood would erupt in chaos. Coincidence? He didn't think so. Speaking out on a topic like that? Let's just say it's not the kind of thing powerful people want blasted to millions of fans. And it gets even weirder. Remember The Simpsons' infamous Treehouse of Horror episode? In one segment, a Prince-like character rocking a signature purple vibe and guitar is eliminated under what appear to be government orders. Now, some might brush it off as a spooky coincidence, but with everything we've seen, you've got to wonder. Was this another cryptic warning in plain sight? Prince wasn't afraid to dig deep and speak loud, and it's clear he didn't trust the systems around him. But when you start calling out things like chemtrails and secret agendas, are you putting a bullseye on your back? That's the question fans can't stop asking. Could Prince's outspokenness have sealed his fate? Keep watching. We're about to connect even more dots. Now let's get into the real tea about that fentanyl mess. Prince wasn't just out here popping pills. This man was the poster child for clean living. But the toxicology report, it hit us with counterfeit pills laced with fentanyl. Let me say that again. Counterfeit. And that's got folks asking all kinds of questions. Like, how does someone so disciplined end up with something so deadly in his system? It's giving sabotage. After his death, fans and family were heartbroken. His sister Taika called him a warrior, and fans around the world lit up social media with tributes. But the question lingers. Was it really just an accident? Or was this the price of being a rebel in a cutthroat industry? Prince's death feels like more than just a tragedy. It's a warning. A reminder that stepping out of line in this business can cost you everything. Now let's talk about the vault. At Paisley Park, Prince had a legendary stash. A vault rumored to hold hundreds of unreleased songs. This wasn't just music, it was his life's work. Prince once said, "One day, someone will release them, but it won't be me." Chilling, right? Almost like he knew something.
I heard that you have a vault of hundreds of unreleased songs. Are you ever going to release them and let us hear?
One day, someone will release them. I don't know that I'll get to release them.
Fans have speculated for years about what those tracks might reveal. Could they give us more insight into his struggles with the industry, his cryptic warnings, or maybe even clues about his untimely death? One thing's for sure, when that music finally drops, the world is going to listen. Prince's genius didn't stop when he left us. It's still sitting in that vault, waiting to remind everyone just how much of a revolutionary he was. Hit that subscribe button, fam, because we're not done digging into the untold truths of Prince and the music industry. Don't miss what's coming next.
Control.